What if I told you there's a country where a marriage can end with a cooking pot? Neighbors speak completely different languages, and spirits are said to still whisper through the jungle? This isn't mythology. This isn't a movie. This is Papua New Guinea, a place where over 800 tribes live side by side, each with its own language, customs, and ancient secrets. Where boys become men through crocodile scarification, where volcanoes breathe life and death into the land, and where the modern world barely scratches the surface. In this video, we're diving into 15 jaw-dropping facts about one of the wildest, most mysterious places on the planet. Get ready to step off the map into a world that still feels untouched by time. Number 13. The tree kangaroo, jungle acrobat. High in the treetops of Papua New Guinea lives one of the most enchanting creatures on the planet, the tree kangaroo. Unlike their hopping Australian cousins, these furry monks of the forest are slow, thoughtful climbers, perfectly adapted to life in the canopy. With huge feet, hook-like claws, and a long balancing tail, they can leap from 60-foot-high branches without injury. But on the ground, they're hilariously awkward, often stumbling during short hops like someone jogging in oversized flip-flops. Covered in golden and reddish fur, with wide eyes and gentle movements, tree kangaroos seem like animals out of a storybook. They'll lick their paws, scratch their heads, and curl up like sleepy woodland spirits, rare, precious, and unforgettable. Number 12. The Asaro Mudmen, ghosts from the jungle. In the misty highlands of Papua New Guinea, deep in the jungles around the village of Galka, lives one of the most hauntingly beautiful traditions on Earth, the Asaro Mudmen. These mysterious tribesmen are known for their eerie, oversized mud masks, complete with twisted mouths and sharp horns, making them look like spirits risen from the earth. According to legend, centuries ago, Asaro warriors smeared themselves in white clay and crept out of the mud to escape enemies. But when the enemies saw these ghostly figures emerge, they fled in terror, believing they were witnessing supernatural beings. Thus, the tradition of the Mudmen was born. To this day, the Asaro people perform ritual dances, hunched and slow-moving like ancient spirits crawling from the underworld. Their every movement is designed to mesmerize and intimidate. The person who crafts the most frightening and unique mask is celebrated by the tribe as a master artist. It's more than just performance, it's cultural heritage preserved through clay and fear. Visitors can witness the Asaro Mudmen at the famous Mount Hagen Cultural Show, or by visiting Galka Village, but never go alone. A local guide is essential, not just for safety, but for respect. They'll help you navigate tribal customs, avoid taboos, and ensure your presence is welcomed, not intrusive. Number 11. Pigs, more valuable than gold. In Papua New Guinea, pigs are more than livestock. They're currency, status symbols, and beloved family members. Forget money or real estate. In many Papuan cultures, a person's wealth is measured by how many pigs they own. From bride prices and peace offerings to funerals and initiation rites, pigs are central to almost every major event. If a man wants to marry, he needs to offer pigs. If a dispute needs to be settled, present a pig. Even the unexpected death of a pig can trigger a mourning ceremony as elaborate as one held for a human. And the bond between people and pigs goes far deeper than economics. Many pigs are raised inside the home, sleep beside their owners, and are even given names like Big Mama or Bossy. During festivals, pigs are dressed in flower skirts and paraded like honored guests. Boys learn to care for pigs from an early age. It's a skill as essential as farming or fishing. In fact, a boy's ability to raise strong, healthy pigs is often seen as a sign he's ready for manhood. Number 10. A king in the jungle, the royal head of state. In a land where villagers wear feathered headdresses, hunt with spears, and paddle dugout canoes, the official head of state is King Charles III, residing nearly 9,000 miles away in Buckingham Palace.
Yes, you heard that right.
Though King Charles III has never set foot in Papua New Guinea, he is legally recognized as the king of this country, alongside his other realms and territories. His full title? His Majesty Charles III, King of Papua New Guinea and of his other realms and territories. Yet this royal connection isn't just symbolic. During the king's coronation, many tribes celebrated in true Melanesian fashion, painting their faces with red clay, dancing in traditional costumes, and singing in honor of the monarch they've never met. Still, in day-to-day life, the real authority lies not in London, but in the village. Here, the most respected figure is the village chief, often an elder with the most hunting scars, the deepest memory of past rains, and stories of how the moon shone during the great yam harvest decades ago. For the people of Papua New Guinea, the British monarchy is less about politics and more about fairy tale reverence, a symbol of mystery and tradition in a land that already feels mythical. Number 9. A world of words, the planet's most multilingual nation. Papua New Guinea may have fewer than 9 million people, but it speaks with over 850 different languages, making it the most linguistically diverse country on Earth. That's nearly 12% of the world's total languages in just one country. How is that even possible? For starters, many villages are so isolated they've developed their own entirely distinct languages, even if they're only a few miles apart. Some languages are spoken by as few as 300 people, yet they remain totally independent. Cultural taboos also play a role. In many tribes, the names of the dead and any word that sounds like them must never be spoken again. So instead, villagers invent new words. Over generations, these vocabularies morph, splinter, and evolve. In Papua New Guinea, language isn't just a tool, it's a living, breathing ecosystem, always shifting, always growing. Number 8. Coffee without a sip, Papua's liquid gold. Hidden high in the mountains at 4,600 feet, Papua New Guinea grows some of the purest, most natural coffee beans on Earth, right up there with Ethiopian and Colombian Arabica. The country's standout varieties, Typica and Bourbon Arabica, have a soft, honey-like sweetness with hints of ripe fruit. They've won international recognition at auctions like the Cup of Excellence and are a prized export in elite cafes across the globe. But here's the twist. Most locals have never even tasted it. Due to colonial legacies and changing habits, many coffee farmers sell their harvest to buy essentials like rice. In fact, entire families spend their lives growing premium beans, but have never sipped a single cup. Number 7. Kimi Bay Reef, Earth's last great coral paradise. Tucked along the remote coastline of Papua New Guinea lies a treasure few have ever heard of, Kimi Bay, one of the last untouched coral paradises on Earth. Though it's only the size of a small U.S. city, Kimi Bay contains more than 400 coral species, accounting for nearly 70% of all coral types in the world. It's like a living underwater museum, colorful, surreal, and alive with creatures found nowhere else. Here, the water is so crystal clear you can see up to 130 feet below the surface, the height of the Statue of Liberty. This unmatched visibility draws expert divers from all corners of the world. But it's not just the coral that stuns. Beneath the surface lie ghostly World War II shipwrecks, now enveloped in glowing coral and teeming with marine life. Diving here feels like entering a lost dimension, where history and nature collide in the silence of the deep. Number 6. Festival culture, where 800 tribes become one. What happens when over 800 tribes, each with their own language, customs, and costumes, decide to throw a celebration? Papua New Guinea becomes the world's wildest cultural stage. At the heart of it all is the Goroka Show, PNG's largest cultural festival. Every year in September, over 100 tribes descend from the highlands dressed in bird of paradise feathers, red clay face paint, seashell jewelry, and headdressers made from leaves and bone. It's not fashion. It's identity, history, and pride, worn like a badge of honor. The air pulses with the sound of tribal drums and ancient chants echoing across the valley as dancers move in sync with the rhythm of their ancestors. It's like a prehistoric opera set in Technicolor. Then comes the Mount Hagen Cultural Show, with its fierce warrior dances and battle reenactments. Each stomp of the foot speaks of bloodlines, victories, and legends passed down through firelight stories. Number 5. Life in Port Moresby, a city between two worlds. Welcome to Port Moresby, a capital unlike any other. Just 15 miles from remote jungle villages, Port Moresby blends skyscrapers with stilt houses, glass offices with ancestral firelight. You might expect paved sidewalks, busy crosswalks, and well-dressed professionals, but here, there aren't even sidewalks. People walk directly on the roads, barefoot, right beside minibuses known as PMVs, winding through mountains and markets. In the heart of the city, vendors sell grilled bananas, dried reef fish, ripe mangoes, and shell jewelry, all laid out under the open sky. A stranger might greet you with a warm smile and a smoky sweet banana on a stick. But at night, the capital transforms. You'll hear the low, rhythmic beat of kundu drums echoing across neighborhoods as families gather by firelight, singing and dancing in tribal rhythms passed down for centuries. Beneath the glow of modern high-rises, the heartbeat of Melanesian culture never stops. And just 15 miles from the central business district, you'll find villages with no electricity, stilt houses above swamps, and elders telling stories in languages that aren't written anywhere. Ancient rituals, face paints, and ceremonial dances continue as if the modern city doesn't exist. With fewer than 400,000 residents, Port Moresby is more than just a capital. It's a living museum where tradition and modernity walk barefoot together, side by side. Number 4. The Sacred Temple, only for the brave. Hidden deep in the jungle communities lies a place you're not allowed to enter unless you're ready to prove your courage. This is the House Tambaran, or Spirit House, the spiritual heart of the Sepik people. With its soaring roof carved with mythical symbols and a fire that burns day and night, it's said to house the spirits of the ancestors. But it's not a home. It's a temple of transformation. Young boys are brought here to be shaped into men, not just through stories and wisdom, but through trials. Under the guidance of the houseman, or the elder leaders, they learn to hunt, survive, and lead with strength and humility. The final test? A rite of passage unlike any other. Number 3. Cost of living and visa. Affordable life on the edge of the world. Thinking about escaping the hustle of the West for something more raw, more real? Papua New Guinea might just be your next great adventure. In 2025, the cost of living here is surprisingly low, especially for Americans. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center rents for about $200 a month. In the suburbs, around $150. Utilities, electricity, water, and gas come to just $40 monthly. Even high-speed internet, 60 Mbps or more, costs just $20, though speeds may vary in remote areas. Hungry? A hearty meal at a local eatery costs only $3, while a romantic dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant runs about $20. Public transport is ultra cheap, too. 0.40 for a bus ride, or $15 for a full monthly pass. To visit, U.S. citizens need a visa, which you can apply for online as an e-visa or through the nearest Papua New Guinea embassy. Tourist visas typically last 60 days, and your passport must be valid for at least 6 months beyond your stay. With these costs and experiences, would you live here? If yes, comment 1. If no, comment 0 below. Number 2. Flying to the market, boating home, adventures in daily life. Imagine this. Your morning grocery trip begins with a plane ride. That's everyday life in Papua New Guinea. With over 80% of roads unpaved and many turning into mud pits during the long rainy season, interstate travel is nearly impossible. Instead, villagers rely on small aircraft like Twin Otters and Cessna Caravans to hop between towns. Some airstrips are nothing more than grass fields, where kids play soccer and families gather just to watch the plane land. It's not just transport, it's a community event. Where there's no runway, pilots drop supplies from the sky using ropes, everything from medicine and school books to, yes, even live pigs as honored VIP deliveries. And on the water? Many locals canoe or boat for hours just to reach the nearest market, passing through lush mangroves, dolphins, and seabirds. It sounds like a National Geographic documentary, but it's simply a normal day in this wild, water-bound nation. Number 1. Traditional food, a feast of the forest and fire. Food in Papua New Guinea is a celebration of earth, fire, and tradition. The national dish, mumu, is a full sensory feast cooked underground. Layers of pork, sweet potatoes, green bananas, taro, leafy greens, and coconut milk are wrapped in banana leaves, placed on hot stones, and buried for hours. The result? A warm, smoky, earthy stew, tender and rich with mountain flavors. Daily meals center around cow or sweet potatoes, eaten by most locals 2 to 3 times a day, like rice in other parts of the world. Craving something fresh? Try kakakota, raw reef fish marinated in lemon juice and coconut milk. It's creamy, tangy, and refreshing, like a South Pacific twist on ceviche. And no celebration is complete without the roast pig, a symbol of wealth and pride. Cooked whole over bamboo, glazed with pork fat, seasoned with wild herbs and salt, and served like royalty.